No, I'm sorry. I just can't. I'm just not going to do anymore. It's because you're disgusting. And you've done your job. Oh, hi everyone. I was just discussing the future with this bottle of Nystatin. Now, as you may well know, due to the large Helvetica font on the thumbnail, we're done. It's over. It's day 14. Usually with Nystatin, you will be taking this for 14 days. As I have, mine is from what I understand, it's called the oral suspension. And 4 times a day, 5 milliliters. As a quick rundown, we'll just go through the 14 days. First day, not so bad. Day 2, not really feeling it. Day 3, crazy body aches. Back and leg. Could be just subject to my own physiology. Not sure. So from day 4 to about, I said 7 or 8, I was just intensely sore. I wasn't doing a lot. And it kind of felt like the flu, which is my understanding. There are a lot of other side effects that I did not see happen. Lucky me. Given that I did have body aches, I'm assuming something worked and something happened. And I can't say for sure that the Nystatin is, quote, making me feel better. But having done it, I guess I would recommend it to anyone else in my situation, or if your doctor advises it for any reason. Of course, check with your doctor before you start drinking the licorice hand lotion. So, just to recap, why did I even bother taking Nystatin? I had about 6-7 months ago, almost a year now, I started to have panic attacks and derealization. And derealization is the feeling that you are sort of in a dream. This started to happen at work. And I'd gone through an intense, probably 3-4 years of remodeling a house nonstop. And also I was a lead position at my job, which required a lot of stress. So what I think happened was I simply threw all my physiology out of whack, which causes, if your body's out of whack, obviously it's going to affect your mind. And I've got some issues anyway. Don't get me wrong, we all do, right? So I went to the doctor, and then I started to go to a counselor, and then I saw multiple psychiatrists. I tried different medications. Continued to go to counseling, went back to the doctor to check my blood levels, everything seemed to be fine. But I started having these body highs, and the only way I could describe it is if you just simply drank too much coffee. Now, I'm a high stimulant person anyway, and that led me to, after going to the doctor and starting counseling and meditation slowly but surely, I was still drinking 16-ounce 3-shot mochas and consuming a lot of sugar, which is normal for, I think, the average American diet, just because of all the processed foods that we eat. So as a last-ditch effort to figure out what was going on, I ended up going to a naturopath, and her advice was to try the Nystatin to get rid of any fungal. The sort of catchphrase nowadays is Candida overgrowth, which is essentially when your gut bacteria goes out of whack. Candida turns into, I believe, a yeast form, and it sort of takes over everything. It's kind of like having an alien grow inside of you, which is nice. Anyway, so that in concert with the Nystatin, which is supposed to help take care of the fungus that's growing in your body, you go on what's called the Candida diet. The Candida diet is meant to eliminate all processed foods, all sugars out of your diet. And to be honest, that probably so far has been the most effective. I can certainly see now I was consuming way too much sugar. Haagen-Dazs, donuts, cookies, processed foods. contain a massive amount of sugar. And because I believe with stress and my diet where I was drinking a lot, probably like a 6-pack a day, not blackout, you know what I mean? Just, you know, beer after beer. I certainly got used to it. And so I had quit drinking, I had quit smoking, and trying to get my physiology under control. So I can absolutely testify to the fact that having a clean diet will make you feel better. Cutting out sugar will improve your physiology. How can it not, right? Now, everybody's obviously genetically different. Everybody has different physiology. So what works for me obviously may not work for you. But for a high stimulus person such as myself, I cheated. I'm not proud of it. But I had some things I had to take care of that required a lot of energy, so I started drinking coffee. Not getting the 16-ounce mochas, but getting just regular, sort of those Starbucks 1 drip bangers that you can pop in your mug. And I absolutely could tell that the caffeine was working. However, I still have stayed off all processed foods, and one thing that will really help you, especially if you're on a budget, is eating clean is incredibly cheap. I use the coconut oil now. I use olive oil, but I can absolutely say I don't miss soda. I don't miss juice. All the things that I thought were healthy, like orange juice, which has a lot of sugar in it, I think were negatively affecting me, making me hypoglycemic or something, throwing all my levels off. Anyway, so what I've learned is I need to reduce all my stimulation. And part of that is how much social media and how much of the news we read, especially in this insane political cycle that we've been in. Lowering stimulation, cutting out sugars, and meditation. Meditation absolutely works. If you are freaking out and your mind is spinning and you cannot relax, if you simply sit for, it could be 10 minutes, it could be 20 minutes, but you just sit without doing anything, and you can let your mind just talk, it calms you down. It takes a little bit of practice, but once you do it, it's just evidence, you know what I mean? And what I've been doing for the past year or so is just experimenting, trying to figure out what went wrong. Why would I develop anxiety? Why would I develop panic attacks? So that about just covered my whole list. We're done. Woo! Let's get out of here. Yeah. So where do I go from here is I'm going to start going to counseling and really tackle issues I have in my own life in terms of where am I going, what career should I do. The only thing I could leave you with is that keep experimenting, keep trying different things to find out what's going to work for you and what's not going to work for you. If you try counseling and it doesn't work, no problem. Change your diet. If you change your diet, things are still the same, absolutely just keep going. Try meditation, Tai Chi, yoga, whatever you want to do. The idea is to keep experimenting and keep trying different things. Not everything works. You get on the internet and it's just like, it's like Candida, for instance, is now a catch-all for everything, every ailment you could possibly have. But at the root of the Candida is a better diet. So I think a lot of the things that can work are just fundamental things. Reduce your stress, try to eat cleaner, and just keep trying things, because eventually something will work. You just have to be willing to experiment. And you have to be willing to trade. Everything is a trade. So I have a couple more weeks on the Candida diet, and perhaps here and then I'll check in, or maybe just continue this for counseling's sake, just because it's nice to have an outlet. And it's also nice if this helps anyone in the future who is going to try Nystatin, or is on the Candida diet, or is curious if any of this stuff works. So if this is helpful, fantastic. I really hope anybody out there does benefit from some of these videos, and hopefully some of my jokes were funny. And if they weren't, well, who cares? Anyway, thanks, and take care.